Hey guys, so part 3 of the 7th anniversary is now in full swing, and of course we now know that the theme surrounding part 3 is the Frieza saga, featuring the first ever dual Ultra, Namek, Super Saiyan Goku, and Full Power Frieza. Just an absolutely ridiculous end to the 7th anniversary. Talk about ending strong, they definitely did that here. What they have done for the past 2 major celebrations, so for Legends Fest 2024 and for the 6th anniversary, is after the conclusions of those celebrations, they've done what they've dubbed as an after-party celebration. So for the 6th anniversary, we finished off with Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, and then for the after-party celebration, they gave us an LF Omega Shenron. So it's a character that kind of correlates somewhat to the last character released during the celebration. And then the same thing with the Legends Fest celebration. We got Ultra Beast Gohan to finish that one off. And then for the after party for that one, they gave us Future Gohan and Trunks, the tag succession character, the first ever succession character added to the game. So I expect them to continue this format for the 7th anniversary. And if that is going to be the case, then we should be seeing the after party LF character drop in 2 weeks. So that'll be on the 23rd, approximately, is when we should expect to see that. Next week, I definitely think we will be getting a Zenkai Awakening of some kind. Last year, what they did is they dropped Gogeta. The following week, we got the Zenkai for the Yellow Sin Shenron, and then the week after that, we got the LF Omega Shenron drop in the banner unit. The 1% sparking was the Rage Shenron, the very fun character to fight against. So taking a look at part 3 here, of course, being Namek Saga themed or Frieza Saga themed, what are some of the characters that I think we could potentially see here? So what I've done is I've actually listed up 5 possibilities that I think we could see for the After Party LF character. And then I have 1 Wildcard character. I think it's probably a little bit less possible, less likely, but I'm still going to mention the character anyway. So the first character that I'm going to talk about, and I actually have mentioned this character before, let's open up and filter by the tags here. If I can find it, it's going to be, you know what, in fact, I could just, it's right here, Vegeta Clan. The character I'm thinking of is going to be all the way down here, this Vegeta. The first time Vegeta ever went Super Saiyan versus Android 19, and he does the Big Bang Attack. This is the only Android 19 Big Bang Attack Vegeta in the entire game. This guy is like the 3rd banner ever, or something in the game. This is a, almost a launch character. That's how old he is. He's 7 years old, and they've never really went back to revisit the moment. Big Bang Attack Vegeta. Like, you look at all the other Vegetas in the game, we have the original Final Flash Vegeta here. This is like the Android 13 movie Vegeta. Like, we pretty much have Vegeta represented across the entire series. A lot of these older Vegetas definitely can get remade, like Rage Vegeta versus Beerus in Battle of Gods. What is some, of course, we've done like Majin Vegeta 100,000 times. This is another Vegeta that I think they really can do another one of, God Vegeta. Really, God Vegeta from the Broly movie deserves an LF. I think a God Vegeta from the Broly movie, that would be a really, really good LF. We have another one of him over here who transforms. This is Vegeta from the Metal Cooler movie. So yeah, of course, after 7 years of development, this game has introduced quite a lot of Vegetas into the game, but really the Big Bang Attack does not really have what I would consider to be good representation. Not adequate or sufficient representation in the game. So it would be really nice to get that, and it does kind of fit into the theme of Namek, because it's kind of a continuation of it. It's like the next thing in chronological order, right? So Goku goes Super Saiyan for the first time on Namek, fights Frieza, and then I think it does fit in the first time Vegeta goes Super Saiyan and fights 19. So that would be a really cool character we could see, in my opinion. The next character that we're going to talk about is going to be, I can just get to this from here. We go to Lineage of Evil. Is going to be this character. This guy right here. Specifically this one, because this is the only transforming Final Form cooler that exists in the game. The only other LF cooler we have in the game, I can get rid of Vegeta now, is the red one. This guy was a terrorist when he dropped. Let's just call him that, okay? This is, in my opinion, the worst designed character in the history of Legends. Out of every single character, out of the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of characters they've created, this, in my opinion, is the worst designed character of all time. But hopefully, when they come out eventually with a transforming LF version of this character. He is not nearly as badly designed, but this guy in particular, this purple cooler, was really cool back when he dropped, no pun intended. He was really interesting. The animation of him transforming actually still looks pretty good, but of course nowadays with the ground battles existing, they could give us a map with like the waterfall in the background. Like they could really do a lot with the cooler movie, I think. This guy could be a really cool drop right now. A Legends limited version of a transforming Final Form cooler. And transforming LFs is something that they've really been doing a lot recently, right? We can just go back to the main character list here. We take a look starting back at like the 6th anniversary, and we go up like, look, transforming Broly from Super Saiyan to Legendary Super Saiyan. We have transforming Vegeta Blue from base to blue. We have transforming Goku Black from base to rose. We have transforming Super Saiyan 3 Goku from Super Saiyan 2 to Super Saiyan 3. So there's just a lot of transforming characters here. The second the part 2 of the 7th anniversary, not really a transformation, but it really is classified as a transformation of Saiyan Saga Vegeta into, like, I don't know, angry Vegeta. Like, I don't even know like what you would call this, but base Goku into Kaioken Goku. We have UI Sign Goku into UI Mastered UI Goku. We have Blue Vegeta into Evolution Blue Vegeta. So there's just a lot of transforming going on recently, and they've kind of made that a trend, and I feel like it would be nice to have a transforming cooler here. Obviously this fits with the part 3 theme because Frieza's brother. Yeah. The other character that I think would be good on this tag to get would be a metal cooler. Now, the last summonable metal cooler that we got is this guy. I think this guy dropped in 2020. I think he was like a post 2nd anniversary release. We're talking 5 years without getting a new metal cooler, which is kind of crazy. I don't think metal cooler is like the most popular movie villain of all time. I'll tell you one thing, he's more popular than Turles, and Turles has an Ultra character. So to not have even a single summonable version of this guy in 5 years is kind of crazy to me. But something interesting that they could do with this guy, we did just get the summon mechanic in the game. And no, I'm not talking about the gacha system. It's obviously the Nappa. This guy has the ability to summon minions. I guess we can call it the minion mechanic. He summons Cybermen, right, with his green card. He could summon up to 2 Cybermen in a fight, and then once you summoned both the Cybermen and they've both died, the green card turns into an AoE green. I don't particularly think this Nappa is very good, but the mechanic as like an overarching mechanic in the game I think is very interesting, because it opens up the doors a lot for other characters. Like, for example, many people have mentioned a Cell that can summon Cell Juniors, and it kind of has a similar effect to this Nappa's Cybermen, but I would hope that, you know, they kind of like reevaluate the balancing aspect and make them a little bit more interesting in terms of what their mechanics are. But that's another one they could do. They could do another one people have been talking about is Goku Black, Rose Goku Black, who summons clones as a minion mechanic. And of course, Metal Cooler. I mean, Metal Cooler has a billion, like it's like literally the title of the movie is like a billion superpower warriors or whatever, right? So yeah, I mean, just have like a Metal Cooler who has a minion mechanic where he can summon other Metal Coolers. And that could be his gimmick. And eventually, once you've used all of the minions, then eventually he could just become stronger and gain other abilities. And maybe he could have some abilities locked behind needing to summon all his minions or whatever. But we are in desperate need of a new Metal Cooler. I would actually say that I think we definitely need a new Metal Cooler more so than a normal cooler, right? This guy at least came out in 2022, right? Yeah, this is a 2022 character. The last Metal Cooler was 2020, so we definitely need a new Metal Cooler really badly. LOE right now is in an interesting position. I mean, I'm still really early on in testing this character, but Full Power Frieza to me feels legitimately so oppressive and so strong that this team gets one more good character, and it really is on the map as one of the best teams in the game. Right, because right now you kind of have Full Power Frieza, who's just like far and away the best character on this team. You have Revival Blue Namek Frieza, who's pretty solid as like a third character. And then I think this guy actually with his unique equip is pretty good, but this guy is not standing up to like Kaioken Goku, Saiyan Saga Vegeta, UI Goku. He's not at that level, but he's competent. And I think he's actually fulfilling a decent role in the team as, again, he's like kind of like a jack of all trades, master of none sort of thing. Decent damage, decent tanking, supports, gets his vanish back, destroys Dragon Balls. Like, he's got some nice tools, and I think they actually did a really good job with his unique equipment, but he's not matching the top tier characters in the game. And I didn't really expect him to, but he's solid. But we just get one, they drop an LF metal cooler, or they drop an LF transforming final form cooler, and you run them and they're designed to be ran next to ultra full power Frieza. All of a sudden, LOE is like contending for best team in the game. It really just takes one more character, and I think we're there, which is almost unthinkable because this team was completely dead 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, this team was unrunnable. 100% completely unrunnable. So LOE in line, I guess, to make a generational comeback here. The next character I'm going to talk about is actually a character that doesn't exist in the game right now. And I guess the only character that we can really look at that would be comparable to what I'm about to mention is Goku and Bardock. And it would be a Game Originals. So let's go over to, where's the game? Right here, Game Originals. They have not done a Game Originals in forever, so I don't really think the chances of them doing this, especially for just like a random after-party celebration, is going to be super highly likely. But I think something that people would really find to be very, very cool is potentially them doing a Game Originals Super Saiyan Namek Vegeta. Kind of taking inspiration from Sparking Zero, where there's like the path in the Goku's story where Goku ends up fighting Vegeta on Namek and they're both Super Saiyan. And it's kind of just like the what if Vegeta goes Super Saiyan on Namek and beats Frieza kind of thing. That could be interesting, right? Vegeta fights Frieza at the end where Frieza's in his final form and like makes him cry or whatever. And Vegeta, instead of, you know, crying, actually decides to fight back and go Super Saiyan. That would be pretty hype moment, I think, and I think many people would be very excited for that. But again, it seems to me right now that at least the Game Originals concept has kind of been shelved. I'm not exactly sure if that's due to issues with licensing. I mean, it's not really licensing, it would just be IP issues with like Shueisha or Toei maybe not green lighting some of the ideas, but for whatever reason, they have not really delved into the Game Originals concept, because at this point Goku and Bardock are now over a year and a half old. So yeah, I'm not sure what they're doing with this tag, but that could be a really cool way to reintroduce the concept of Game Originals back into normalcy for this game, is giving us a Namek Super Saiyan Vegeta. The other character that I have, and this is going to be the fifth and final character on my list, and then we'll talk about my wild card pick. If we go back to the Frieza saga, this is actually a character that we don't have in the game really in any meaningful regard, is going to be this Piccolo. We don't really have actually we don't have it all. We don't have a sparking nail fused with Piccolo character. There's no sparking Namek Piccolo in the game. And if you take a look back at the history of Piccolo in this game, I really will continue to talk about this until they prove me wrong on this. Piccolo has been one of the most disrespected characters in this game. We take a look back at everything that's released for Piccolo. First of all, the fact that we have like just barely 3 rows of Piccolos in the game overall is kind of crazy. Look at this. This is 6 characters. We have 13 Piccolos in the game, 7 years in. 1 is a hero, 1 is an EX. We have a free-to-play Piccolo who's a copy and paste. We have a Legends Road Piccolo. We have the Red Ribbon Army Piccolo from Superhero. And then everything else kind of does make sense. But I mean, Piccolo has been criminally underrepresented and disrespected in this game. Like, which Piccolos out of these have been legitimately good? The best one on here by far is actually the green Piccolo, the launch day Piccolo. This guy was the best unit in the game on launch. This is the best character in the game. The game launches day 1. This is the best character in the game. So right away, they established themselves as a development team that seemed like they really liked Piccolo because they made him insane. But then we continue moving on here. We have the blue Piccolo, who was kind of okay on release, and his Zenkai was just okay. The Legends Road Piccolo actually was quite good. Actually, I think probably underrated, but many people probably don't even remember how good he was because he was so old. This guy was good. I think another underrated character. This guy got his Zenkai very quickly, but even when he dropped, he was good. This guy was just like whatever. This was a Legends All-Star character that released alongside the Cooler Movie Super Saiyan Goku. This is actually, believe it or not, this is Cooler Movie Piccolo. I guess they classify this guy as fused with Nail Piccolo, which he is, but this is not Namek Piccolo. This is the Cooler Movie. The first Cooler Movie, Cooler's Revenge, Cooler Movie Piccolo with the stretchy arms. Then we have Superhero Power Awakening Piccolo. This guy was not very good. He was okay. Orange Piccolo, who I think was quite good, but this is not really what we were looking for an Orange Piccolo. Like, I get they wanted to do the supporting Second Life version because it kind of fits the theme of how Orange Piccolo came to exist. But at this point, we are still looking for a standalone Orange Piccolo, which for some reason they still haven't given us, even though it's been over 2 years. Like, I'm not really sure what they're waiting for. Actually, I think Superhero came out over 3 years ago. So standalone Orange Piccolo soon, hopefully. I don't know. But this guy was, I think, better than most people thought he was back when he came out. But this was not like the style of Orange Piccolo we wanted. This guy was a joke, this Piccolo Jr. I still can't believe that the first ever 23rd World Tournament Goku and Piccolo Jr. they gave us were kind of just like nothing burger characters. Like, it was just so disappointing. That was one of the few moments that they had left to represent in the game as one of the big hype moments in Dragon Ball. And they gave us those characters as a Mega Rising banner, and they were both kind of like mid. Luckily, they did do these characters justice with their unique equips recently from the Dragon Ball campaign, but when this guy dropped, he was not good at all. This is actually a pretty good free-to-play character, but he's a free-to-play character. Piccolo and Goku and Piccolo from the Garlic Jr. Movie were okay. I wouldn't really call them anything else, but okay. And then this free-to-play Piccolo was terrible. So like the only really like meta-defining Piccolo on this list is the game launch day Piccolo. Orange Piccolo was solid. This Piccolo was good. And then that's really it. 7 years in. So I think a Namek Piccolo that fights second form / third form Frieza could be a pretty good pick right now for a Afterparty character. And then my Wildcard pick. This wouldn't directly tie into Namek or the Frieza saga as a saga of Dragon Ball Z, but something that they haven't given us. If we go to Golden Frieza, and then we go to the, what do they call this? The, actually, do they, oh, this guy's considered a movie. Yeah, actually, I need to pull up the, I mean, I guess it could be a movie version, but there's a Frieza Resurrection saga, like actual saga here. I'm going to pull up, here we go, Frieza Resurrected Saga. A tag Blue Goku and Blue Vegeta from Resurrection F. Or maybe if they don't want to do it as a tag character, it could be like a succession, potentially. Goku who succeeds into Vegeta could potentially be what they want to do here. But these are first anniversary characters, right? The first anniversary of Dragon Ball Legends, I mean, the first anniversary was insane. They gave us Buhan, Blue Vegeta, Blue Goku for the first time, Golden Frieza, and Super Vegeta. So, I mean, they did think these guys were relevant enough to become anniversary characters, obviously next to other hype characters like Vegito, but this is at least going to tie loosely into the entire like Goku and Frieza dynamic. So I think this could be like a nice wild card pick as an Afterparty LF if they want to bring back some of these tags or successions, right? I mean, it kind of also makes sense because the Afterparty character after the Legends Fest celebration was a succession character. So if they want to do that again here, that's like, sure, whatever. But this also, I guess, kind of like ties a bow. Also, if you want to think about it this way, it almost ties a bow onto the anniversary because we kind of had the entire anniversary, they mentioned this, was themed around Goku's rivalries, right? Goku as UI Goku and Evolution Blue Vegeta, Goku versus Saiyan Saga Vegeta, and then Goku versus Frieza. And then they can finish things off by having Goku join forces with a rival with Vegeta. And it kind of loosely ties into part 3 of the anniversary as well. So those are going to be the picks that I have for my Afterparty character. Let me know down below what you guys want to see as the Afterparty character. If you like any of the picks that I had, let me know what you'd want to see on them in terms of kit choices, mechanics, and I will see you guys in the next one.